Hey, good afternoon. It is still Monday, July 29th, and I am still that developer dad. And we made some progress this morning, and getting the button click to actually register and do stuff was a simple matter of restarting the application. Excuse me. Apparently, when you add servers or when you change the render mode, you need to restart or recompile the app in order for that render mode or those changes to take effect. So let's pop over to our screen share. I did move the position of the button because when I had it down below, if I had a longer output here, the button was bouncing around and that was a crappy experience. But we can see that we can very, very quickly keep generating random elements for our NPC. Now you'll notice that, or well, you won't notice because it's really hard to read JSON when it's just ripped out like that. So I want to spend this afternoon's session cleaning this up and making it look a whole lot prettier than it does right now. And to do that, we could do a JSON parser and mess around with all that nonsense. Or we could borrow a concept from the WPF days and the WPF folks called, and it's a pattern called MVVM, Model-View-ViewModel. So the way that works is we get, I'm just going to open up a PowerPoint deck here while I try and illustrate this real quick. Come on, PowerPoint. You can do it. All right, just give me a blank Prezi. And go away, I don't need the designer. All right, let's get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. And so we end up with three concepts here. There's our data model. And we'll just edit the text, model. And then I'll use a square for the view. And then we have another square up here for the view model. Now, normally, or what we've got right now is a direct connection between model and view and the code that gets me my model. And right now my model is just a string. But what I want to do is I want to introduce a layer of abstraction between the actual model. And by model, I don't just mean the data model or the DTO, I mean the actual application model itself. What I want to do is I want to introduce a sort of a shim layer that sits tightly coupled to the view. And where are my shapes? Here's my shapes. And I want a curvy arrow. What I want to do here is I want to call from my view to the model, and let's connect that here. And then the model is going to grab another curvy arrow, call out to the application. The application is going to return the result of whatever operation our view model calls on the application. And I'm going to move this arrow so that it comes out the top here. And then the model, or the view model, is going to return the results of that operation back to our view, which is going to render out to the screen. So that's just sort of a view or an idea of what Model-View-ViewModel does. It kind of cuts completely out of the it removes the coupling between our view and our application's model. I'm not even going to save this slide here. Goodbye. And my interpretation of MVVM might be completely off base from what the rest of the industry does, but that's the intent of what I want to do here. Now, before I start making any more changes, I do want to commit all of this stuff. So, as a Blazor UI application to the solution with rudimentary integration with the character workload API. And I actually have a GitHub object or a GitHub issue for that work. Let's pull this over here, close that, and that is number 59. So, 59. It really doesn't like to do that, does it? Closes. Hashtag 59. Yep. Add a UI project. We're going to commit all. Now, before I merge this up, or before I throw this up to, well, no, I'm just going to go ahead and push it. No, I'm not. I am going to flip over to main, fetch, what's changed over here? Can I compare with the unmodified? Where's my diff? I don't have any diffs. That's goofy. I don't trust that. Yeah, whatever. Just gonna undo my change. Yep, goodbye. Yes. I don't have anything outgoing. All right. And before I do anything else, let's actually go make sure my project up on GitHub is set. Let's refresh. I only have the one branch. Good. All right. Go back to remote desktop. Bounce back up to my feature branch. This contract tests. That can go away, I believe. Let's check it out and make sure I don't have anything goofy going on here. Nope, we're good. All right, back to the feature branch. And I'm going to what faulted projects is it freaking out about? I'm going to restart Visual Studio is what I'm going to do. Yeah. I don't like weird error messages like that. And I hope I didn't just screw something up. All right. GameTools.Blazor client. Why aren't you opening? Onload project. Reload project with dependencies. What's the problem? What are you complaining about? After parsing of value, an unexpected character was encountered. Profiles, Blazor on Wi-Fi. Yeah. Okay. Well, what's the unexpected character here? Properties. Launch setting JSON. Project, Blazor on Wi-Fi. I don't see any problems. Try reloading. Build, clean. It's never smooth, is it? Let's just get rid of that. Build, rebuild the solution. Okay. Well, let's run our tests just to see what's what. Okay, tests all pass. Let's do that. I set this as my startup project. Set a startup project. Well, let's just try running it. Launch settings file. After parsing a value, unexpected. Line 46, position 6. Please see the error list. All right. I don't see any errors in the error list. Grumpy grump. Line 41. It was missing a comma. Let's try running it again. And off it goes. All right. And we're back here. Good. All right. I'm going to push this up to the server. Oh, I better commit that change. Fixes missing comma in Blazor project launch settings. Commit. Up you go. Push. And just because I am a nervous Nelly, pop over to actions because we do have automatic builds every time we push. I want to make sure it doesn't like freak out because we have a misplaced capital or lowercase or whatever, because that's a pain in the neck. Okay. We restored, or we're restoring, we're building. Okay. We do have some warnings, and I do want to clear those up before I call this thing done. Okay, all of our tests passed. Yep, good. Took 2 seconds. Everything's good. All right. Now we can carry on with what I intended to do. So we're going to introduce the concept of a view model and a view model manager. rather than going direct out to components. So what's involved with that in Blazor? So we've got our components. Okay, good. And we've got our pages. I'm going to place this folder outside of the components namespace. So we're going to add a folder. And we're going to call it, did that get added to the components namespace? It did. Get lost. Or did it? Yeah, it's right in there. Go away. Yeah, that's fine. Add this directly to the project, new folder. For some reason, it's insisting on it going into our components. Fine. All right, we're going to call it what do I want to call this namespace? This is going to be, I guess for now, services. Why aren't you typing? Services. Inside services, add a class and I am going to call this display NPC view model. Okay. And let's add a class. It's going to be NPC view model manager. Yeah. Now, we're going to have a public method that returns a display NPC view model. Generate random NPC. Now, this needs private read-only I character workloads. And I'm just going to call it character worker. The NPC view model manager is going to accept an I character workloads, character worker, And then we're going to assign that to character worker equals character worker. Good. Now, let's come out to display NPC view model, go to definition, prop, string, character JSON. We're going to get rid of character JSON in a few minutes. I'm going to pass character JSON and the constructor on this. All right. Good. Let's come to our components and our pages and our NPC generator. Now, down here we've got our const string NPC sample. We can 86 that. Private. And this is going to be a display NPC view model. NPC model. All right. And what I want to do over here is actually create a default constructor for this guy. Public display NPC view model. Do that. But I'm going to call this and pass string.empty. Popular frame. All right, save this. Come over here. Equals new display NPC view model. Save that. And I feel like it's not going to be super happy about this, but we'll get it sorted. At using game tools dot Blazor client dot services. I believe that's all I have here. At inject NPC view model manager VMMGR. Now, uninitialized, generate NPC, good. Hey, Aurora, I am quite all right. So instead of doing this, I am going to pop out to my view model, generate random NPC, all right. I'm going to say string character JSON equals character worker dot generate NPC display NPC view model NPC equals, but I'm going to pass in the character JSON and return NPC. Save that. Now out here, uninitialized, NPC model equals generate NPC. I will take care of that right after I'm done streaming, Aurora. So, generate NPC model equals that. Instead of a void, we're going to pull back a display NPC view model. Good. And NPC equals underscore. Is it chargen? What do I call that? Yep. No. VM manager. Dot generate random NPC. Return NPC view model. Save. Now, let's see how badly I screwed all of this up. Let's pop this. Oh, goodness. That's not what I want to do at all. I want this to be a void. And I need to invoke the method. There we go. And NPC model equals NPC view model. There we go. Save it. Okay. I'm going to drop a breakpoint here. I'm going to put a breakpoint here. And we're going to step through that code. If it even builds. Let's find out. Nope. All right. Typer namespace display NPC view model could not be found. Are we okay? Good. Let's copy this. I probably mistyped something. I definitely mistyped something. Oh, capitals. Save and run. Oh, we still have build errors. Pin that. Name NPC model does not exist. Bullshit, it doesn't. Oh, npm. NPC. Save. And it's still complaining. Oh, yeah, because I've got my head in my butt. Save. And build again. Okay, all of my build errors are fixed. Let's run it. And off we go. NPCs, we're going to hit, oh no, cannot provide a value for property VM manager on type, blah, blah, blah. There is no registered service of type. Okay. So I'm going to have to go out to my program CS. under add services, which I'm going to rename to create services. Go to definition. Okay. And we'll go builder dot services dot add has it got a generic? No, add scoped of type NPC view model manager. Doesn't like that. Oh, it does like that. Okay. Let's see if that fixes things. Because if I don't have to wrap an interface around that, I don't wanna. Because it's just direct. Tightly coupled by intent. All right, so our VM manager exists. Let's step in. We've got our character worker. We've got our JSON. Our NPC has a JSON string. And it's probably going to do something funny on the UI. Yep, it's not going to display anything. Because it's still looking to display the NPC. So I'm going to just continue here. I'm going to get rid of that breakpoint. But instead of underscore NPC, I'm going to say NPC model dot, what properties have we got? Oh, stop it. Display NPC, view model, character JSON. Save that. Pop out here. And we're back to normal. Good. All right. So now we need to, and we're not going to be able to use hot reload for this part. We're going to have to alter what comes back from our generate, or not the generate random NPC on the view model, but what comes back from generate NPC on the character workloads. So let's go to this, go to the implementation. And here we go. We're serializing this right here. And we don't necessarily want to do that. I think what we need to do is do a little bit of refactoring so that this returns a townsperson. There's our serialize down here. Describe NPC is taking in NPC JSON. We've got some refactoring to do. So let's rip that Band-Aid off. So get NPC options is still fine. We don't have to mess with that. But let's come up to character workloads. And let's go to the definition. So the dictionary, get NPC options, we can leave that alone. We don't need to mess with that. But what we do need to do is alter these so that they're no longer taking strings or returning strings. Instead, I am going to go townsperson, generate NPC, and I'm going to go townsperson, generate NPC with options, dictionary, string, nullable string, selected attributes, bonk that, and it's probably complaining because we're already defining members called that with the same parameter types, but it's got different outputs. And then we need a describe NPC, task, string. For now, describe NPC. And instead of accepting a string, it's going to accept a townsperson NPC. So what do we got to do here? First thing we got to do is take this. We're going to cut it from there, paste it over the top of this. We're going to cut this, paste it. Oops, didn't want to do that. What did you do, Rob? I want to cut and paste. And finally, I'm just going to cut and paste. And we just blow up a whole bunch of stuff, you would think. But, because we've done this in sort of a sensible fashion, this should be fairly easy to fix our problems. So instead of NPC JSON coming in, this is going to be a townsperson NPC. And string NPC JSON equals NPC dot serialize. Or however it is we actually use that thing. Generate, okay, serialize, and then we pass it. All right. So there's serialize NPC. And our console app is going to be desperately broken right now. String, townsperson. I'm going to get rid of that. And NPC. Down here, I'm going to get rid of our serialize. And we're going to pass NPC. Because this needs to become townsperson. Good. We can get rid of some of these blank lines. And I am going to need to create a public version of this, but I'm going to do it this way. public string get NPC JSON townsperson NPC equals, whoops, serialize our NPC and return the NPC JSON. And I do want to add this to the interface. So here's character workloads, generate NPC, paste that right there, save, and let's do a build just to find all of the things that I broke. Because I know there's going to be a few things out in the console app. Yep, out here in the console, and also in the Blazor client. But let's do the console first. And let's pin our errors here. So var NPC equals app.generate NPC. Good. App.get NPC JSON NPC. Save that one. Go to 104. Var NPC equals this. App.get NPC. Next problem. Yeah, that's no longer a problem. That's no longer a problem. String description, app.describe NPC. That doesn't do me any good. Excuse me, console.writeLine NPC JSON. I have gotten myself into some trouble. So, string NPC JSON equals string.empty. Where are you? Here we go. Townsperson NPC. We're just going to declare that here. And I can get rid of this here. Good. Get rid of this declaration here. I can pass NPC in there. Describe NPC. It's expecting a townsperson. What's that complaining about? So NPC hasn't been declared at that point. But that's silly. That doesn't feel right. I'm going to build. Is it still being a pain? Yeah, it is. You know what? Heck with it. Equals app.generate NPC. There, that'll shut it up. So we're going to just generate something right off the cuff, and then we will, oh, I think I see what I'm doing wrong. Just a second. Prompt to select NPC options is true. Otherwise, all right, so a better way of doing this is we're going to make NPC nullable. Let's come in here and let's see. All right, NPC is absolutely not null here. And if NPC is null, yeah. Now, because I'm doing that, come on, equals null. Okay, so that's just doing all the selections. All right. There's that. NPC is null. We are going to generate it and assign it. And we're good here. It's not null. Good. So let's build. And it looks like our last two problems are ones that we recently created, but we kind of created them on purpose because var NPC equals character worker dot generate NPC. Instead of generate NPC, we are going to get NPC JSON, NPC, VM for view model, VM for view model, and here we are, character JSON, generate NPC. Can we build? All right. Now, why did we just do all that? Well, first let's build and run. Okay, so there's all the stuff. All right. And we can do another. And we can do these until the cows come home. All right. So instead of displaying the JSON, and we can get rid of the character workloads. Let's come back out to the NPC generator. And pop up here. I could do this. P. Actually, no, let's make this an H3. Now we'll do an H4. Species at this NPC model and we'll save this. Yeah, that's fine. Stop debugging. Because we're going to break stuff for a second here. Go to the definition. Probably can't find it because it's being silly. But that's fine. Instead of taking in character JSON, public display NPC view model, townsperson, NPC. We're going to take the application model and put it in here. Public string species. And this is going to become a get or a init. If we pass in JSON, that's all we're going to get is the JSON. But down here, species equals npc.species. Character JSON equals string.empty. That can go away. So save that. And let's come back out to our view model manager. And instead of passing the JSON, let's pass our NPC in here and pull the old switcheroo. Now, up here, this, oh, duh, spelled that wrong, NPC model dot species. P gender at this dot NPC model dot, oh goodness, let's bring gender in. At this dot, yep, NPC model dot pronouns. Save that. We're going to have to bring gender and pronouns into the model. Public string gender get init public string pronouns. Can I spell, please? Get an init gender equals NPC dot is gender appearance dot gender pronouns equals NPC dot pronouns. Let's save this and let's build. And very quickly, before we end the stream, let's see if this will work. Species half-elf female, she she, her, hers. Beautiful. Do another one. All right. Cool. So what we're doing now is we're actually accessing the individual properties of the NPC object and dumping those out to the screen. Between now and tomorrow morning, I'm going to get the rest of them writing out to the screen. And tomorrow, we're going to bring in a button that sends the information off to our local language model to regenerate that description. So until then, I'm that developer dad. If you found value here, please like, subscribe, comment, what have you. I do have a link tree. You can find that over in my over in the links off of my channel. And take care of yourselves. Have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye now.